Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another edition of Top 5 Best PC Hardware Deals of the Week. Haven't done this in a little bit, and now is a great time to do these kinds of videos because as we get closer to Black Friday, we're seeing a lot of pretty good PC hardware deals popping up. Obviously, this will peak when it is Black Friday, and especially Black Friday week. Expect to see a lot of great deals then, but for now, I thought we'd take a look at the Top 5 Best PC Hardware Deals available at the moment. A couple of these I did mention in yesterday's video on the really good GPU deals, but I thought I'd mention them again because they are really good, and right now getting good deals on GPUs are kind of hard, so I'll cover those two at the end. Without further ado, let's get right into this with number 5. We've got a power supply. The Corsair CX450 450 watt 80 plus bronze certified power supply is available on Newegg right now for $40. We've got a $20 mail-in rebate knocking it down to $20 and a $2 off promo code knocking it down to just $18 for a quality CX450 power supply. Now, while it is 450 watts, these days 450 watts can get you by a lot, especially in lower end builds where you're running just like a 1050 Ti or something like that. A power supply like this is perfectly fine, and at this price, if you take advantage of the mail-in rebate, it is a great deal. If you're paying the base $40, you can still use the promo code and knock it down to $38. That's a decent deal, but really the quality of this deal comes in when you take advantage of that mail-in rebate, because that is an excellent price for a pretty good lower end power supply. Moving on to number 4, we've got an SSD. The SanDisk 240GB solid state drive is available for $75, which is a really good deal. SSD prices have been fluctuating a little bit over the last year. If it's not essential for you to pick up an SSD right now, honestly, I would wait a little bit. Wait until Black Friday weekend. You could probably find a better deal. Even if it's $5 or $10 cheaper, that's still a better deal. Otherwise, $75 is already a very good deal for a 240GB SSD. It's just that during that Black Friday time, SSDs and hard drives in general are one of the primary things you see on sale, especially SSDs. I've noticed that over the last few years. But yeah, I don't know how much cheaper than $75 it's gonna get, so if you want to pick up an SSD right now, if that's gonna finish up your build, then this is a great price to do so. And yeah, it's kind of crazy to see how cheap SSDs are. 4 years ago when I built my PC, I got a Samsung 120GB SSD, and I paid almost double the price this 240GB SSD is, so that is pretty crazy. But yeah, SSDs are becoming a lot more feasible for even lower end PC builds, and this 240GB SSD for just $75 shows that. Moving on to number 3, RAM has been a big topic in the PC building world given how expensive it has been, and this isn't an amazing deal. Number 3, we've got the Corsair Vengeance 16GB of RAM, 2 8GB sticks. This is DDR4 3000, so that's very nice. It does come in at a pricey $160. That's very expensive, but that's one of the better deals you're gonna find right now. $160 for 16GB of RAM is crazy, but you know, you kind of just have to pay it. This is one of the essential components for a PC, and 16GB of RAM is very nice to have. A lot of the newer games are starting to recommend 16GB of RAM, and I feel that trend's just going to continue to increase as we get more newer and newer games. If you want to play games like Final Fantasy 15 and the higher end games that came out this fall, 16GB of RAM is going to be very nice to have. And at $160, yes, it's very expensive, but like I said, one of the better deals available right now, and you can pick that up over on Newegg's eBay page. And finally, the latter two are 2 GPUs that I mentioned in yesterday's video, but if you missed out on that video, I want to mention them again. Number 2 is the EVGA GeForce GTX 1070 FTW. This has the ACX cooler. It's an 8GB video card. The GTX 1070 is a phenomenal video card for the money. It just offers great performance whether you're playing at 1080p or ideally 1440p. If you're picking up a 1070, 1440p in my opinion is the route to go. I think you should have a 1440p monitor, and while the 1070 does have its limitations in some titles, for the most part it's going to offer you an amazing gaming experience at that resolution. The games are just going to look really, really good. But yeah, $400 is a little bit expensive, but 1070s have been more expensive. Honestly, you've been seeing them for like $420, $430, so $400 flat is a really solid deal. This does come from Amazon, which is kind of a bummer. If you see a deal like this over on Newegg, it's a little bit better because I believe Newegg typically doesn't charge tax, and at least for me, Amazon does tax me, which is kind of a bummer on a $400 purchase. You know, that's an extra significant amount of money to be paying on your graphics card as opposed to buying it from a different retailer. I believe a part of Newegg's Black Friday ad already came out, and they're going to be selling the MSI GTX 1070s for $400. So if you can wait out on that, that might be the better option. But still, $400 flat on Amazon is a pretty solid deal. And finally, number 1 is going to be the ZOTAC GeForce GTX 1080. It's available for $510. And there is a promo code that's going to knock off another $20, so you end up getting this GPU for $490, and you get a free copy of Destiny 2, which you have to value at around $45 to $50. That game just came out. It's on battle.net, so you're not going to be seeing too many sales for it. And yeah, it's a freebie for a game, and it's a game that I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys building a PC value. It seems to be a game that's kind of big in the PC world. I know a lot of gamers weren't looking forward to Destiny 2, but it looks like it has resonated with the PC gaming audience, and to get that for free, that's a very nice addition. The GTX 1080 itself is obviously an incredible video card. Once again, like the 1070, this is an ideal GPU to be gaming at 1440p. You can even push some 4K with it, but that is going to be a little limiting. But $490, you get Destiny 2, and if you value that at $45 to $50, you end up getting this GPU for like $440, and that's pretty good for a 1080. That's honestly not much different than the GTX 1070 I mentioned, because like I said, it's $400 flat. You're probably gonna have to pay tax on Amazon, and with this ZOTAC 1080, you do get the free copy of Destiny 2. So, you know, if you balance everything out, this ZOTAC 1080 might be the better route to go with if you're deciding between the two. Obviously, at face value, the 1070 is cheaper. You might value Destiny 2 differently, so just keep that in mind. I just wanted to mention that. Nonetheless, a very good GPU at a hefty price, but for the performance you get, you could say it's worth it. So that's gonna wrap up the top 5 best PC hardware deals of the week. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Trying to get back into the groove of uploading videos consistently. Hopefully, you guys have enjoyed the content I've been making over the last few days. Gonna try to keep that ball rolling, but no promises as I've been rather busy recently. If you have a request for a future video, you can leave that in the comment section down below. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.